thank you Ayan for inviting me here.
You're welcome, my pleasure.
And if you don't know, Ayan Pal is fond of number 7. So I have prepared 7 questions for him. I think many of you would also like to know, many of you are writers. So how do you deal with writer's block, and how do you deal with writer's block while writing this novel?
I did not deal with writer's block the first time it hit me. I was at that time supposed to pursue a career in Cisco, and I was foolish enough to think that I could do whatever, and I just quit. And I sat at home and I faced writer's block, and everything just got blocked, and it was terrible. And later on I realized that if there is a writer's block, or for that matter any kind of thinking block in your mind, you should not push yourself. You should just take a break. Breathe, do something else that you like doing, and honestly speaking, it has worked for me, and it will probably work for you as well. The block will unblock. Okay, sometimes we are so busy trying to solve a problem that we forget that maybe now is not the right time for the problem to be solved. So if you are facing such a situation in life, any kind of block, even a road block, instead of blaring the horn and again cursing Varuna, the rain god, or whatever, just keep quiet, listen to some music, call up your home and tell them my phone is about to die down, but I'm going to be fine. Immediately call your secret girlfriend and tell her can you meet somewhere, or you know, whatever. And unblock your mind. And when you unblock your mind, new, fresh, probably better thoughts will follow.
Okay, that's nice way of putting it. Now, next question. Why confessions?
Why not confessions? I think a lot of time we forget that we are too secretive nowadays. We are always posting the most ducky selfies. We are never posting pictures of us crying, maybe, or feeling bad. We always want to project the best thing about ourselves, which is not a very healthy thing to do. We have to project the good as well as the bad. And sometimes confession is the best way to get out the secret, to feel lighter. We have had enough examples of relationships being spoiled because someone was not ready to confess. I'll bring a very personal example here. It's true. One of my friends from school, Joy Mukherjee, he committed suicide last Saturday. We have no idea. There was no suicide note. We just need very different reasons as to why probably he took his life. And I have no idea. And I just wish he had confided in me as a friend. The last few times we talked, he was trying to tell me something. I did not know what it was, and I feel so bad. I feel guilty. And I think me or anyone else should not really feel that. So I feel confessions are very, very important. Be it your parents, be it your girlfriend, be it your close friend, whoever it is, be it anonymously on a forum, we have to confess. That is the only way to move forward. I don't want to take a secret to my grave. That's really not the way forward. So confessions are very important.
Alright. What was the most difficult and most easiest part of writing the novel?
I think developmental editing was very difficult. This is a very difficult novel to write. You just heard the introduction. It starts off with sexual assault. So people might have mistaken it for 50 Shades of Grey or something like that, but it happened to start like that. There was no mistaking how it starts. Because the novel deals with a lot of things, but I wanted people to be immediately introduced to a very important theme in the novel. So writing such difficult scenes was very, very difficult. And another very difficult thing about writing the novel was to think like the characters, to think like a woman subjugated, to think like a man subjugating without a reason probably or not. And I found it very emotional as the characters went through their journeys. I felt similar emotion. It was very painful, very emotional, but also very liberating. So I would say the easy part was conceptualizing, the difficult part was executing, and the toughest part was deciding what to keep, what not to keep, how to present, what to trim away, to be a self-censor book, so to speak, and to ensure that I just have enough there, and the rest leave it to your imagination. I hope I've been able to do that.
Yes. Okay. Then next, what kind of reviews are you expecting as an author?
I think 5-star reviews. So 5-star, I want people, readers to be like the two models in 5 stars completely lost. What happened? What did I just read? My life is so good. No, but seriously, honest reviews. I think honesty is of paramount importance. As of now, it's a fact. Every review has been a 5-star review. The book has already entered bestseller lists. There's just one person who did not like the book. He was an elderly gentleman who found the book a little disturbing at certain places. And I was very happy. I was like, thank you, because I wanted it to be disturbing. What is the use of watching a horror film and then not screaming? Right? So in that way, I think I succeeded. I think everyone else, the common reviews that I'm getting, people say it's a page turner and they can't stop reading, and they are rereading it. So they finish reading very quickly and they go back and read certain portions. So it's a book like that. And I'm getting very strong reviews, and I'm hoping all of them are honest, because some of them are from people I don't know, like friends of friends and stuff like that. So I've been very lucky so far, and I hope the trend continues.
Okay. Yeah, alright. And then there is one pattern I have been observing from Renovation. They are publishing books or stories of inanimate objects, and here in your tale, Confession on an Island, the island speaks. In my book, the books speak. So there's also an anthology devoted to this inanimate objects.
In this book?
Yeah. So what do you think about this pattern? Do you think this will be a trend? Because there's also one more book coming from Penguin Random House, where they are writing stories from emoticons. So stories set in Emoji Town. So what do you think? This 2016 will be the trend for the objects to come to life?
No, I just think history repeats itself. Somewhere at school we all wrote about an autobiography of a coin, and an autobiography of a pen, of a pencil, and God knows what else. I think it's very, very important to understand that everywhere there is a story. I am the hero of my story. I might be the villain of Babur's story, because his back is aching right now, taking all these pictures. I might be the supporting actor for Oliver's story. I don't know, I might be the special appearance and the divine intervention for two of my friends sitting right there, Prashant and Sheetal. I don't know what I am. I'm always thinking about ourselves. So think about it. All of you are the leads of your story, but what about other people's stories? All stories are interlinked. You could be the hero, you could be the villain, you could be a supporting character, you could be a catalyst. Why not from inanimate objects? Why sometimes we have to limit ourselves to humans? Think about what the black buck would say. Would he say I shot him myself and he's let the prince out? I don't know. I think sometimes we forget to think that everyone has a feeling, has an emotion. It might be difficult to imagine. And we have read a lot of books where there is a third person narrative, okay? Someone else, omnisciently is narrating the book. So for me, everything has to happen for a reason. So the best way of telling the story was to tell you what was going on in people's minds based on what they were observing. So the island became a character. So it was not intentional, it was a necessity of the plot, where the island is confessing and the island is almost like the character. Now to answer your question, will this be a trend or not? I don't know, I can't say. I would like it to be a trend if it works for me, and I don't want it to be a trend if it does not work for me. So I think what has been done here has never been done before. This is the first book which is written from 3 different distinct points of views at the same time. So there is an alternation, as you saw, between an island and a woman confessing. So something like that has not been tried, and I hope I have the copyright of trying it again and again. So let's hope for the best.
And then comes my last question.
Okay.
I have seen this happening only in recent years, maybe because I've started reading more, that books have sequel potentials. What about yours?
Definitely. All of you, the few people who have come here, and the more people who are reading the book, the first slot is already out, or has already been sold out on Amazon, touch wood. I think I would like to write a trilogy. Of course, it depends on the success of this book. It will be the Trapped trilogy, of which this is the first part. I think a lot of times we are trapped, be it in bad relationships or in difficult situations, or in geographically impossible situations like the man and woman on this island. But at some levels, we're all trapped. Maybe in a life we don't want to be, maybe in an office we don't care about anymore. Anirban, I think we just came out of one such trap. Ruchika and I haven't yet. So I think lots of times we are trapped in situations there is no escape from, like in Bangalore in the traffic. There is no escape. I was trapped for 3 hours in the same place the other day, and I had no idea what to do. So probably another book in this trilogy may not be the characters present here, but I think there is hope for a sequel. Of course, it depends on how successful this one is. So if you read this book and you want to hear the island speak more, please spread the word, because nothing beats word of mouth and honesty.
Yes. And any future projects?
Many future projects.
Writing?
Writing, yes, writing definitely. I just spoke to my publisher, and we are about to sign a contract for the next book.
Okay.
So hopefully it should happen soon, and the moment I go back to Calcutta, I'll start working on a project. I've got two plans in mind. One of them is called When the Boat Returned. So that's all I can say.
Oh, thanks. It was nice Nice hearing your answers.
It was nice hearing those questions and not feeling uncomfortable.